Just a quick video to show you a little bit of random. I'm just going through some drawers and of course I've stopped because I came across this. This is me when I was 20 going across one of the locks. That's at Redhill in Nottinghamshire. I'd taken a group of people on holiday from the physically handicapped home that I worked at, and that's not long after I met my husband. So this is me and my husband. That is Roma, who I used to look after, and that's my friend's husband. This is the whole group of us. You can see the back of my husband there dancing. That's me talking to a colleague. And most of the people that were there, it was the county hall at Nottingham. They were all in their best bib and tucker. But because we was on holiday, we'd got casual clothing on. Much nicer. Right, and that's Serenade. That's one of Peter Marchant Trust's boats. There was Symphony and Serenade, and I think there might have been others. They're still based at Loughborough, and they're still taking people out. So very good adapted boats. This is a picture of my mum. She's in the garden at Swanwick, which isn't far from where I am now. That's the little school annex next door. We lived in the schoolhouse. You can see the beautiful roses. My mum's obviously decided she's going to be comfortable, so she's taken her armchair out. And there's the dog. That was my dog, Titch, and he lived till he was into his late teens. You know, he was a character, he was. He was a Manchester Terrier. There we are. This is a picture of my mum and my dad when they got married. I think it's not long after the war. So, you know, it was no beautiful white wedding gowns then. But I think my mum and dad looked lovely. And my mum had only got a 22-inch waist, and she'd be upset with me if I didn't mention it. There we go. That's a picture of my dad, and that's when he worked in London. I think it was on the black and white buses, something like that. He was a driver. That's my auntie and uncle when they got married. I think it was in 1960. Let me just have a look. 1966, it says April, which I don't think it is. I think somebody's got that wrong, I reckon. I don't think that. In fact, I know that's not right at all. It looks like one of my sisters writing on the back, so no, I don't think so. It's not long after my mum got married. So that's my Auntie Gladys and my Uncle Colin. That's my dad, because he was in the war. He was born in 1917. I think he was about 8 years older than my mum. So there he is. I can see that both of my sons look a bit like him. That's the original picture. Let me just have a look. It's not very good, I'm afraid, but I'm pleased to have it. That's the tank, because obviously he was in the war and he's with his friends there. So that's lovely to see that they're all right. The war isn't lovely, but I think you know what I mean. There's my dad there, and there's his friends. And my dad lost his, well, they lost a lot of people, but he lost his best friend, and he saw him being blown up in front of him. So, I mean, Dad never ever got over that. and that's another story. But yes, it wasn't particularly nice. Yeah, so there we go. And just a little bit of random as well. I've got the pottery that we had for our wedding. Don't know that I've shown you this before. It's Denby Daybreak, and we had all of this when we got married. That's the Denby shop, and it's still the Denby shop. And that's all about the stoneware from 1809. Quite prestigious. Beautiful stuff. And that's where it is. And then I've randomly found the cake knife that I used when we got married. So that's that. I've found some table cutlery, and these are knives. I'll just show you the front. See if I can get it off with one hand. There we are. Look at those. I absolutely love these. I put them away because we always used to use a dishwasher, but now it's just me and my husband. I do hand washing, so I might get these out and start using them again, because that's what they were made for. But I love the box, and it's lovely that it's still intact. And then this is for putting tea leaves in. I just thought I'd show you that. So if you wanted to make it in a cup, you put your tea leaves in. This is a carving fork. So I thought I'd show you that. That's the knife to go with it. So say if it was a chicken, you'd hold the chicken, the cooked chicken, with this fork, and then that would be the knife. And it was usually the head of the family that cut it up. These are traditions. This here is a Firth stainless Grantham bread knife, W.M. Grant and Son, Sheffield, England. This is another bread knife. There we are. Firth stainless. Of course, it's Sheffield again. This is just a few of what I've got. And this is also a bread knife. Yeah, that's Firth as well. It still works perfectly fine. What have we got in here? All tarnished. I think it looks like a silver spoon. I wasn't born with one of these in my mouth, let's put it that way. But these are what I've got. Let me just have a look, see what else I've got. Bear with me, sorry about the rattling noise. I've just found them and I thought, oh, I've got to share these. Now that is a jam spoon, I think. And it looks like it's to do with a boat. RMS Strathard. Sorry if I've butchered that. But that's also silver. What else have we got? I think that's something to do with salmon. Oh yeah, it's got a fish on it. I think that's for when you're cutting up a salmon. Lovely thing, isn't it? Because you did have cutlery that was specialised for different uses. And I've just got an example of a fish knife and a fish fork. And these were different. There, look, that's a fish knife. And I think I've told you before that somebody that we knew, when she had fish, she used to push fish knives and forks into the soil outside in a garden, because then she'd wash them the next day because she believed that it took the smell out. See? We're all as mad as a box of frogs, aren't we? Right, what else have I got now then? This is for when the vicar comes round. It is sugar tongs. So, sugar cubes, you can still get them. My brother-in-law who's passed away, he always insisted on sugar cubes. He'd got very bad eyesight, and it was the best way of him knowing how much sugar he was putting in. So there they are. You pick your piece of sugar up with these of varying styles. Look, I've got a thing for cutlery. Let's face it, I've got a thing for everything, haven't I? But yeah, I think these are silver. Right, anyway, that's my little bit of random. I thought you might like it. Bye.